separating emotion from the actual discipline of practicing business and making decisions is extremely important, because if you look at a situation emotionally that's frustrating and you're not where you want to be, you can oftentimes talk yourself out of it by saying, this is never going to work, blah, 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 and give yourself all the negative ammunition you need to shut it down. And that comes from a place of emotion, not logic. And so when you're frustrated and you're in business and things aren't working out and they're not going the way that you want them to go, and you legitimately can't see it working when you are not emotional, that's when it's time to change course. But the reason most people fuck up is because they do that too soon when they're highly charged emotionally. So they get emotional, they get excited, frustrated, scared, whatever it is, panicked, and then they change, right? Yeah. And then every time they do that, they change it. And what happens is they never give themselves the time to allow the plan to actually materialize, and that costs them the plan. So basically, you know, they end up going from thing to thing to thing over and over and over, and nothing works, and then they get bitter. They're like, it doesn't work. Look, dude, there's only two reasons that you aren't getting where you want to be. One, you're working the wrong plan, or two, you haven't been working the right plan long enough. All right, so you have to know when to make that decision, because it's a very crucial one.
Guys, reality is what matters. Not what might be, not what could be, not what should be, what is. Okay, and we have to make decisions based upon what is, not what we wish it was. When I was growing up, you know, we were taught, you know, you could be anything you want. You want to be an astronaut, you could do it. You want to be a chef, you could do that. You want to be a firefighter, you could do that. And as I got older, and as I grew up and learned a little bit more, you know, I learned that the real world, when you get to a certain age, doesn't reward those kind of statements. Now we have this ideology in America where the teachers are telling the kids, especially the minority kids, that they cannot do anything in this country. You cannot achieve anything. You're not going to be successful. Doesn't matter how hard you try. It doesn't matter what you do. And dude, I think that's the biggest travesty that's going on in our world right now, because we as adults should be encouraging these kids. We should be teaching these kids what is truly possible, instead of squashing their dreams, squashing their mentality, and squashing what they believe they're capable of before they even go out and try. You're not understanding that the adversity, the struggle, the hard times, the difficult things, the frustration, those are the things that create our skill sets. Those are the lessons that we learn that give us the skills to then put the skills into play and produce a better life. And if you think about it, it makes sense why we avoid the adversity, right? Like why we run from it. Our whole lives are all, you know, taught around convenience, quick, easy, fast fix. Every piece of marketing that we see out there is about results now. And the truth of the matter is life just doesn't work that way, guys. It's not a realistic way of thinking. There's not one thing that's great in your life that you got without having to push through something. Tell me one thing in your life that is great that came as a result of being comfortable. Because everywhere I look and everywhere I see in today's society, everybody's doing everything they can to be more comfortable, right? They're looking for the more convenience. They're looking for the quicker. They're looking for the faster. And see, there's opportunity in that for those of you that want to get better. Because I'm going to tell you right now, all the great things in my life, all the great things in other high achievers' lives, all the reasons that these successful people that you look up to, that you aspire to be like, are the way they are, have all come from a place of being uncomfortable. That's just a fact. Okay, so understand that when you're trying to avoid the pain, when you're trying to avoid the struggle, when you're trying to avoid the hard things in life, you are actively choosing to be average. You are actively choosing to be mediocre. And you are actively choosing to move further away from what you want in life. The easy route never pays well. The only route in life that pays well is the hard route, the struggle, the pain, the frustration, and the overcoming of those things. And not only do they pay, they fulfill you as well. Because it shows the people around you. It shows your kids. It shows your brothers, your sisters, your friends, your community, what is possible. And there's nobility in it. And one of the things that I see people do is they don't understand that you should actually be seeking out the proper obstacles that are going to teach you the lesson and embrace them so that you can be better. Because, dude, we can talk about and whine about and cry about everything in our lives, but there's only one thing that's going to change it, and that's actually taking action towards the place that you want to go. What you put in will produce the output. Okay, so when you see a situation that's difficult and you see a situation that, you know, other people don't want to do, you should maybe be the person who steps up to that and says, dude, I'm willing to do that because I learned this. I'm willing to take on that because I'm willing to get this skill. I'm going to endure this adversity because I know it's going to make me stronger. All right. So look at these as an opportunity for you to grow as opposed to something that you should run away from because it's going to be difficult. We all have that monster that lives in our head. And that monster is the thing, whatever the thing may be, whether it's working out, or whether it's following a diet, or whether it's calling on that account that you're nervous to call on because you're scared of them a little bit, or whether it's asking that person out. Whatever it is, we all have a monster, okay? Sometimes it's the insecurity we feel about our bodies. Sometimes it's the inadequacies that we feel just because of the pressures of the society we live in. Sometimes we're just pissed off and we don't know why. And whatever that why is the monster, okay? These are the things that keep us up at night. These are the things that discourage us and cause us anxiety and cause us fear. You ever been walking around and, you know, you really don't know why you feel off, but then all of a sudden, you know, you do that thing that you've been kind of putting off and then you feel better? Okay? That's what slaying the monster is about. You will live a life of anxiety, of fear, of confusion, of frustration if you don't make a habit of slaying the monster. You have to understand, this is normal for people to do. We all have days where we don't feel like doing what we need to do. We all have days we struggle. We all have days that we dread getting out of bed. We all have these days, guys, every single one of us. But the reason that we have these days usually comes down to we are not doing something that needs to be done, all right? That's the monster. So think about what that is in your life right now. Think about what it is that you're not doing that you could do right now that will actually relieve the stress, the frustration, the anxiety that you're walking around with. Maybe it's having a conversation that needs to be had. Maybe it's talking to your coworkers. Maybe it's talking to your boss. Maybe it's talking to your significant other. Who knows? But something is causing you to feel this way. And unless you understand that you have to slay that, meaning take care of it, get done with it, you are going to continue to live in anxiety, frustration, fear, and you know, the way you feel right now. And you don't want to feel that way. You guys allow a lot of the people that you connect with and you allow in your life to pull you down because you feel obligated to hearing their opinion or listening to them because of the context of the relationship. Maybe it's your brother, maybe it's your friend from high school, maybe it's your girlfriend, maybe it's your boyfriend, maybe it's your mom, maybe it's your dad, right? And we all love these people, and these people mean well most of the time. And what they don't understand is when they criticize us for having a little success or laugh at our dreams, what does that make us do? It makes us pull back. It makes us get more conservative. It makes us not say what we want. And I can promise you, if you can't say what you want, you'll never achieve what you want. You guys have to understand that it is okay to believe in yourself. It is okay to say, I'm going to do this. It is okay to celebrate your successes. Winning in life in any area is a great thing. And when people start to see you win and they start trying to pull you back, that's a good indication of people that you should probably work to separate from, because those are the people who are going to draw energy off of you that could otherwise be spent moving you forward.